I found that with depression, one of the most important things you could realize is that you're not alone. You say you're depressed, all I see is resilience. You are allowed to feel messed up and inside out. It doesn't mean you're defective, it just means you're human. People who have never dealt with depression think it's just being sad or being in a bad mood. That's not what depression is for me, it's falling into a state of grayness and numbness. I go through a lot of depression, and I know other people do too, but I have an outlet that so many people don't. If you have that inside of you and can't get it out, what do you do? A big part of depression is feeling really lonely, even if you're in a room full of a million people. Mental pain is less dramatic than physical pain, but it is more common and also more hard to bear. The frequent attempt to conceal mental pain increases the burden. It is easier to say, "My tooth is aching," than to say, "My heart is broken." Depression, for me, has been a couple of different things, but the first time I felt it, I felt helpless, hopeless, and things I had never felt before. I lost myself and my will to live. I am bent, but not broken. I am scarred, but not disfigured. I am sad, but not hopeless. I am tired, but not powerless. I am angry, but not bitter. I am depressed, but not giving up. I'll never forget how the depression and loneliness felt good and bad at the same time. Still does. I have depression. But I prefer to say, I battle depression instead of I suffer with it. Because depression hits, but I hit back. Battle on. Depression is being colorblind and constantly told how colorful the world is. It is very hard to explain to people who have never known serious depression or anxiety the sheer continuous intensity of it. There is no off switch. Mental illness is so much more complicated than any pill that any mortal could invent. Depression, suffering, and anger are all part of being human. Every man has his secret sorrows, which the world knows not, and oftentimes we call a man cold when he is only sad. There are wounds that never show on the body that are deeper and more hurtful than anything that bleeds. Depression on my left. Loneliness on my right. They don't need to show me their badges. I know these guys very well. Maybe we all have darkness inside of us, and some of us are better at dealing with it than others. That is all I want in life, for this pain to seem purposeful. When you're depressed, you don't control your thoughts control you. I wish people understood that. Depression is feeling like you've lost something, but have no clue when or where you last had it. Then one day you realize what you lost is yourself. Every day is a second chance. I need one of those long hugs where you kinda forget whatever else is happening around you for a minute. You're not a bad person for the ways you tried to kill your sadness. I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to start this day, because then I'll just be expected to finish it. If you know someone who's depressed, please resolve never to ask them why. Depression isn't a straightforward response to a bad situation. Depression just is, like the weather. People talk about physical fitness, but mental health is equally important. I believe that words are strong, that they can overwhelm what we fear when fear seems more awful than life is good. Losing your life is not the worst thing that can happen. The worst thing is to lose your reason for living. Depression is melancholy minus its charms. Life is 10% what you experience and 90% how you respond to it. Depression isn't a war you win. It's a battle you fight every day. You never stop, never get to rest. It's one bloody fray after another. I am terrified by this dark thing that sleeps in me. All day I feel its soft, feathery turnings, its malignity. Depression is like a bruise that never goes away. A bruise in your mind. You just got to be careful not to touch it where it hurts. It's always there though. Almost everyone is overconfident, except the people who are depressed, and they tend to be realists. All it takes is a beautiful fake smile to hide an injured soul, and they will never notice how broken you really are. Being an actress hasn't made me insecure. I was insecure long before I declared I was an actress.